Hi everyone, I am Gingerdead. Now, I haven't seen the first Troll movie, which is under the original name The Crawlers, which had a shitty NES game. And if someone can kindly upload that so I can please review this movie as well as the first two movies, I'll be very thankful. Now, how you decide to refill in this place, that is almost as bad. The Gingerdead Man to Passion of the Crust. And let me tell you, this is a bad movie. A really bad movie. I have a lot of respect for full movie features. They made some of my favorite horror movies, and this is just one of the ones I really do not like. Another one is the original Killjoy movie, even though the sequel did make up for it. So, yeah. We talk about what this movie is actually about. It follows after the original, which a killer gets put into a cookie dough, becomes a gingerbread man, he ends up killing people, someone actually eats him at the end, and gets thrown into this like giant bowl or something like that and gets burned to death. And yeah, it's fucked up. And they pretty much show you a lot of this in the opening of the sequel, so that's how I noticed that in certain YouTube videos, trying to find out how the original actually went. It actually had an actor I actually often confused as Nick Nolte. He was actually in Black Sheep as well as Predator 2. So, even with that being said, they decided with this one they're going to go a little more funny, and that was clearly obvious. And that happened to a lot of horror franchises. When you go too funny, it will ruin the fear of the movie. It will take away the title of horror, and that's not a good thing. It is really not a good thing. Let's talk about the killer, the Gingerdead Man. Okay, what does he have in common with Chucky, Sandman, and Jack Frost? They're all killers. Basically, they became a certain thing that you wouldn't think that would kill you, but they will. They will. Think about it. Chucky became a doll. Jack Frost became a snowman. The Sandman became the snowman, and this guy became the Gingerdead Man. And pretty much he's ripping off a lot on Chucky, which I'm not happy with. So, but that pretty much being said, there's not a lot I can say about him, except he's more of an asshole and more of a risk taker. So, let's talk about some of the characters in this god-awful movie. Here's this guy who's following his father's legacy, making movies. Unlike his father, who actually made some good ones, this guy is making some really shitty movies. Yeah, I'm not kidding you, this guy's actually making shitty movies. And let me tell you, this guy actually looks like the same guy who played in Spider-Man 3 and Ghostwire. I know it's not the same guy, but it looks like him. So, and let me just tell you that this one lady in the movie was hot. Seriously, not the blonde who wanted to desperately get fucked, but this other lady that he was in love with. So, with that pretty much being said, she was really desperate. There's actually a part of the movie she gets screwed and both of them get killed. And the sad thing is, they had all this time to see that the Gingerdead Man was in the room. Yet, they didn't even notice and they both got killed by him. It's like, how the fuck can you not see him right there, watching, enjoying, getting ready to kill? It's ridiculous. It really is. But you know what's worse? You know what's actually the sickest kill of the whole movie? It isn't that. No, there's actually something so sick that I had to turn away for a couple minutes. Yes, finally something in a horror movie that's just so disturbing that you don't want to watch it. There's actually a gay man in the movie. You know those hot things you gotta plug in the wall and they get really hot? He got it shoved up his ass repeatedly. And the guy was actually enjoying it. Yeah, that's how sick this movie is. Now, there's this guy who has a terminal illness, or so speaks has a terminal illness, turned out to be the biggest critic against this movie. He went to extreme measures of trying to blow himself up, even doing a ritual on the last Tiny Terror movie set. And he ended up getting killed. You know, since his blood was spilled when it wasn't supposed to and get sacrificed, these puppets actually got possessed and they actually put his ass on the cross. Let me tell you, this was pretty bad. Just having him crucified was a really terrible thing. I mean, what the hell? You know, a lot of people get offended by this. I'm not, but I know a lot of people would. Especially the Christians that are really religious are not going to like this at all. What else can I say that's really terrible about this god-awful movie? I can actually say that it actually has this one guy who really hates him. He barely comes out. He only does certain shots he knows that he's not getting as much attention as he used to before joining the movie company, doing a couple films. And here's the sad truth. They were so low to actually make them think they have to keep these movies long hours, and they're not actually getting paid for it. Yeah. Well, who does that? I mean, that's just sad. Now, you remember what I said earlier in the video? That the main character is following his father's legacy? Surprisingly, similar thing happened in real life. See, Charles Band's father is a film maker in Europe. He makes a lot of great movies. Charles Band didn't have his own movie company there, but he decided to come to America and open the Wonderful Movies Features, and started with the original Puppet Master movie, which I'm a big fan of all the movies. With the positive exception of crossover, which has nothing to do with the company, so that can kiss my ass. Now, I gotta say that this movie was downright terrible. I don't even know why anyone would go this far to make it, but I'm hoping that the sequel can follow the original a lot better, can be a more decent movie. I'm hoping the same thing with Killjoy 3. I'm also hoping that the new Puppet Master movie will turn out well, even though the last couple weren't that good, but the original 5 are decent, so that's good. I have a lot of respect for Charles Band, but I don't know why he went to this length to just do that. I mean, the original one took place in the cookie place, you know, and that was a little more fitting for this guy. Yeah, doing it in a movie studio? Whose idea was that? That's just Hollywood bullshit, if you ask me. So, I do not like this movie at all. I really don't. I tried liking it. It's just flat out horrible. And I am Jack Red, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll